WordPress is having a very bad week. 7-Zip just patched a nasty remote code execution flaw, and North Korea is literally applying for your developer job. Let's get into it. This is the big one. A critical WordPress core vulnerability, dubbed WP2Cell, allows unauthenticated attackers to execute arbitrary code, meaning you don't need a single vulnerable plugin installed. Every unpatched WordPress site on the internet is potentially exposed, so update immediately. Making a bad situation worse, working exploit code for the WP2Shell vulnerability has already been publicly released. When proof of concept code drops, attackers weaponize it within hours. If you run WordPress and haven't patched, the clock is ticking loudly right now. 7-Zip has released an urgent fix for a remote code execution vulnerability that can be triggered simply by opening a malicious archive file. Given how universally 7-Zip is used across Windows environments, this is a patch it now situation, not a patch it eventually one. Elastic Security Labs has uncovered a new North Korean campaign where threat actors pose as recruiters and conduct fake coding interviews to steal developer credentials. Developers are handed malicious code to run locally as part of the interview process. Your next LinkedIn recruiter message deserves extra scrutiny. Attackers are abusing Microsoft's legitimate device code authentication flow to conduct phishing attacks that bypass sign-in logs entirely. By generating valid-looking OAuth device codes, they trick users into authorizing access without triggering standard security alerts. This is a sophisticated detection-evading technique targeting enterprise Microsoft 365 environments. Graham Cluley reports that Google's Gemini AI assistant can be used to send messages from an Android phone, even while it's locked, without authentication. This means someone with brief physical access to your device could send messages on your behalf. That's a significant privacy and security boundary being crossed. TechCrunch reports a Zoom vulnerability that allows an attacker in a meeting to silently prevent other participants from recording the session. Beyond the obvious privacy implications, this could be weaponized to suppress evidence or documentation in sensitive business and legal meetings. Zoom has been notified. Beyond the core WP2Shell flaw, HelpNet Security's weekly review highlights multiple high-severity vulnerabilities discovered across popular WordPress plugins this week. The WordPress ecosystem is under sustained attack pressure right now, making this a particularly dangerous period for site administrators who aren't actively monitoring their update queues. The QUBES OS project has published a formal public record of its security history, giving researchers and users a transparent view of past vulnerabilities and how they were handled. For a security-focused operating system built on compartmentalization, this kind of radical transparency is exactly what the community should expect and demand. ZDetNet makes a compelling case for setting up a virtual LAN at home to isolate your smart devices, guest networks, and sensitive machines from each other. With IoT devices being notoriously insecure, a VLAN means a compromised smart fridge can't pivot to your laptop. It's easier to set up than you think. That's your daily cybersecurity briefing. Patch WordPress, update 7-Zip, and trust no recruiters. Subscribe for tomorrow's brief and check MonMyIP to see what your network is exposing right now.